Pyrocynical, the internet's favorite fat furry guru. He makes video essays, occasionally drops slurs, and probably has the wildest collection of furry porn the world has ever seen. With 4.8 million subscribers, it's safe to say that Pyro's made a name for himself in the YouTube space. But how did Pyrocynical get to this point? How did this fat furry guru survive a life-ruining controversy and still walk out a respected YouTuber? This is the story of how Pyrocynical became the internet's favorite furry. Enjoy the video. You can imagine that Pyro's beginnings would probably be as degenerate as he is. And you'd be right. MLG montage videos is how he got his start. Teletubbies exploding, snipers quick-scoping, you name it, he probably made it. So how does a boy that makes meme videos transform into the furry sommelier that he is today? Well, all he needed was a little bit of controversy. 3 years ago, almost today, Pyro was thrown into the biggest controversy of his career. A person by the name of Ivory accused Pyro of grooming him. These allegations were eventually proven false by Pyro himself, and the internet rejoiced in knowing that he wasn't a fucking creep. The only thing though is that in order to prove his innocence, Pyrocynical had to expose that he was into furry roleplay. Thus, the title of this video. Now that you're caught up on the Pyrocynical lore, I can share with you why I think he's become one of the internet's favorites. All degeneracy aside, I think Pyrocynical is a very interesting YouTuber. He is exactly what I would imagine what would happen if a famous YouTuber's audience member randomly got YouTube famous, and they have absolutely no fucking clue what they're doing. No diss to Pyro, of course. For as long as I can remember, Pyrocynical has been copying other YouTubers. And I don't mean copying a video here and there. I mean copying their entire video series, video format, video likeness, editing style, everything. And obviously, there's no hate to Pyrocynical. It's clearly working for him. I like to think of it kind of how Quentin Tarantino steals ideas of old films and then puts them into his movies. That's how I kind of see Pyrocynical. But I really do think that this method of copying other YouTubers works for him because it's familiar. For example, Pyro is making content in Moist Critical's format. If someone enjoys Moist Critical's content, he's pulling his cock out, and they checked out the Pyro Live channel, they would probably enjoy Pyro's content too. And I really do believe this familiar content is a reason Pyro's grown so much. And I also think this is why he doesn't seem like he's on another level of being, from an audience perspective at least. I hope that makes sense because I kind of had a stroke typing it out, but you know. I think the other reason that Pyro has grown so much as a content creator comes from him simply doing what he loves. Now, I think it goes without saying that the majority of creators on this platform do what they love to some extent. But I think in terms of this little lesbian, it's a different kind of love. Going a little deeper into Pyro's channels, you'll find his old main channel called Pyrocynical. Here, he posts his true love. Long-form video essays. And to be honest, these videos are amazing. The effort and detail he puts into one of these videos is crazy. And as a viewer, it draws me so much to watch the entire video. In the beginning of the video, I don't really give a shit what he's talking about. But because of his passion, effort, and attention to detail, by the end of the video, I find myself caring about what he's talking about. And I think it speaks volumes of the effort he puts in. Pyro's story is a long one, but I think specifically in the last few years, he's been able to reach a point where he's comfortable with the way of his content making. And I believe him being comfortable really extends to the content he makes. This, combined with the love of the content he makes and him not feeling like he's out of this world like other YouTubers out there, are the reasons I think Pyrocynical became the internet's favorite furry.